The darkness surrounds us. It's time to light up the night. It's time for Zero Dark 30 with John.
Yay! Cut out the jibber jabber. Don't be babbling like a fool. Say what you got to say. That's all. Then shut your dang pie hole.
All right, everyone. Welcome back to the Prepared Mind channel. Busting out of the bunker, Zero Dark 30. And I want to do something. I want to ask you guys. I'm going to put you in a scenario. Just a little scenario. Have you think about it and just come up with your own ideas and conclusions. This is not a test. It is not advice. None of those things. So, a man goes to the post office. And he kind of meets another guy there, sees him, just hi, whatever. Well, a few days later, this man who went to the post office sees the guy who he met at his own house and wonders what the hell's going on. Well, he dismisses this fucking guy and asks his daughter, "What are you doing talking to this guy?" Well, he came up to the door. Well, what did he want? Well, he kept trying to get me to come with him and go get something to eat at a restaurant. So the man does a little bit of research, finds out who this other guy is, discovers he's a sex offender, and after the things he said to his daughter, decided he was going to go find him again. And he takes a knife and he stabs the guy 17 times and leaves him for dead on the ground. Rough stuff, right? Rough stuff. Well, it turns out the guy was a sex offender. He was saying some pretty nasty things to the daughter, enough to make the dad decide to take some action. He's going to fix that issue, right? Well, he didn't kill the guy, but he did stab him 17 times. The guy was picked up and taken to the hospital. Police went to his house, discovered that he had methamphetamines and other drug paraphernalia. Real upstanding member of society, and probably someone you wouldn't want talking to your wife or daughter and offering to take them somewhere. So, again, this is a real story, by the way. I had to fill in a few blanks, but real story. Like how did the dad know he was a sex offender? Oh, he must have did a little quick research on him. He must have known his name. So probably in a database was able to find him based off of a name he gave and picture. In any event, the big question is this what you would consider a good idea, the right way to handle this? Especially considering how much rape is now, just accepted. It's encouraged even. Oh, by the way, this is in Utah. That's right, Utah. The stabbing occurred in Utah. Well, there's Antifa in Utah. There's trannies in Utah. So Utah isn't a safe place. Well, I don't have a description of the guy other than he's a sex offender and he had drug paraphernalia on him, and now he has 17 holes in him, additional holes in him. And I don't know if he was an American or if he is a foreigner. Don't know. But as a free person, as an American, as a father, I'm not saying he was within his rights to stab this guy, but, maybe he was. Was he? Was it justified? Did he deserve it? Was it the right thing to do? Does it make sense? I think these are all questions considering what happened. Did the did the man not just say some nasty things to the daughter, but threaten to kidnap her, say he would be back when her dad wasn't home? Right? Did the guy feel that he had to take these steps in order to help his daughter feel safe, and also for him as the father to know that his daughter was safe? Yeah, there's a lot of questions here, right? I'm not recommending violence, but I'm saying think about it. People, have they had enough? Is it time to fix the issues? Is acting preemptively? Oh, by the way, the guy's being charged with attempted murder. No, I think he was being charged with premeditated self-defense. But that's just me. Maybe I'm a little bit crazy that way. But when if someone says, they're going to rape your daughter, kidnap your daughter, steal your daughter, or if they say they're going to kill you and then steal your daughter, kidnap them, yeah, that becomes self-defense, doesn't it? A lot of problems, not just with this story, but there's a lot of problems with society. A lot of people say, "Oh, you ever think about, touch my kid, get near my kid, look at my kid, you want to make that kind of advance towards my wife? I'll fuck you up," right? People, they talk big shit all the time, but when it comes down to it, what do people actually do? Well, they may never be given, for the most part, the opportunity to which they want to brag about being, Action Jackson on. I guess you don't know until you're put into that. You think is proper. Like, I think, me personally, I think this guy, if the man made any sexual advances, made any threats to the daughter or the father, or promised that he would be back, then I think, yeah, sounds pretty justified to me. Why do we have to wait until we are victims? Why do we have to wait until someone's raped or kidnapped or killed? How many times do you have to be harassed before you decide being harassed isn't, being nice or tolerant? How many times before, okay, that we've seen enough? How many criminals now have to get out of jail a dozen times, 2 dozen times before something's done about them? Because judges let them go and lawyers are fucking scum. There's good lawyers out there, folks. We keep hearing about the bad ones, don't we? There's some decent lawyers out there that are actually interested in justice. Not the liberals, though. All they care about is money and fucking America up. I have no love, affection, affinity, or or patience anymore for those people. But yeah, how many times? I mean, there's also an accompanying story in my news feed this morning about another criminal who's been arrested 10 times in December alone. 10 times. How the fuck is that possible? We're not even on the 10th. It's just the 10th. I believe it was 10 times. Or maybe in the last month, meaning the last 30 days. And he's out there committing more crime and assaulted and beat the shit out of someone, attacked them, whatever. How many times? So the dad, whatever the threat was, the dad, whatever was said to the daughter, the dad who decided to fix some problems. That was illegal there, mister. You're not supposed to do that. He fixed the problem. We don't know exactly what he heard. And if he reported what the guy said, how do we know that's true? It's his word against a newly perforated sex offender. How much more do people have to take? How much do they have to suffer? Do you have to wait till someone shows up at your house? Well, wait a minute. This guy did show up at his house. What do you have to tolerate before it's enough? Apparently in England, all you have to do is either criticize the government or criticize Muslims, and you go to jail for, well, years. Criticize or refuse to call a faggot by their preferred pronoun, you go to jail forever, literally life sentence for refusing pronouns. Woo! So, wow. How much is enough? Just a question to ask yourself. Is it justifiable to take the law into your own hands, considering judges are refusing, lawyers are refusing, or should I say liberals are allowing? Yeah, it's a rough world, folks. Scary times, scary questions. I hope and pray we don't have to face these situations ourselves. But if you do, you got to live with yourself. And isn't that an interesting way to think about it? You got to live with yourself. So I know I'm going a little long on today's fun episode. But I'm going to ask you, I'm going to put you in a couple of hypotheticals. What if this was you, and what if that was your daughter or your wife, and this is your house in your life, and you just told the guy, hey, get the hell out of my house. Get away from here. If I ever see you come back here, it's going to be trouble. Right? And you call the guy some names, call the police, have a report made, right? Give the name of the suspect, what you can, and description. And you think everything's taken care of. You come back the next day and your wife or your daughter is strangled and dead. You had a chance to fix it. You knew the guy was a problem. The signs were all there. You had all the warnings. It was right in front of your face. And you let the son of a bitch get away so he could come back and do it again. You got to live with that. You got to live with someone that died because you didn't take action and the police didn't take any action. The guy's a criminal. You got to live with that. What's easier to live with? Your daughter, your wife strangled, killed, or you got to live with the fact that you killed a guy who threatened you, threatened your wife, threatened your daughter, threatened your family, was at your home. A little easier to live with the second one, isn't it? But you may go to jail the rest of your life for a situation you didn't want, you didn't ask for. Well, I guess that's why it's good to live in a great state of Florida, where I am protected as a member of the public. I'm sure if I confronted somebody who was trying something like that, they would threaten me and come after me, and their death would be self-defense on my part. Understand your rights, folks, but think about where we're going. Not because we want to, not because we think it's cute, but only because these people are pushing it. They're pushing it. Chance favors the prepared mind.
Ho, 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 ho.